The real estate industry in North America has changed dramatically over the past decade. Historically, the real estate industry has been relationship driven. Until recently, realtors have been the exclusive source of information and customers would almost always have to seek them out. But the internet changed everything. In this ever-evolving market, how do realtors effectively leverage technology and position themselves in order to outpace the competition? In order to answer this pressing question, we will begin by examining the historical process of real estate selling. We will then analyze the two megatrends changing the industry, and finally, we will take a deep dive into the best practices that realtors need to be aware of in order to succeed today and in the future. But before we begin, what is real estate selling? In essence, real estate selling involves individuals and/or firms that act as an intermediary between sellers and buyers of real estate. The two primary categories of real estate selling occur in these two types of properties. There are residential properties, which are those used for the purposes of living, and there are commercial properties, which are concentrated on real estate for business purposes like retail, offices, and hotels. In North America, some of the largest players in the industry include RE/MAX for residential properties and Marcus & Millichap for commercial ones. There are three key reasons why real estate agents and brokerages are important now and always will be. Firstly, negotiating is not easy. Due to the sheer monetary value of real estate deals, having a good real estate agent or broker could save a company or an individual hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Secondly, contracts can be complicated. Often, terms and conditions matter just as much, if not more, than the price of a property. These terms and conditions can involve due diligence, closing dates, and fee splits. Having an experienced real estate agent increases the chances that clients get this right. Finally, misrepresentation can have grave consequences. Realtors are licensed professionals. This guarantees that realtors will fulfill their fiduciary duties to act in the client's best interest. In the past, regardless of whether the agent was working with a potential seller or buyer, the selling process began with relationship building and marketing. These were often done without any technological aid. For instance, advertisements were limited to print media, and relationships were often developed through personal networks. These efforts directly contributed to lead generation, which was meticulously tracked through manual procedures. Realtors obtained seller or buyer commitment from a portion of these leads and would then execute the deals. Where there has been a paradigm shift in the selling process is in marketing, relationship building, and lead generation. In the past, the lack of technology often forced agents to overcommit their resources in these three early parts of the process. We're going to show you how that's changed.
Two megatrends have caused a paradigm shift in the real estate selling process. Firstly, for the first time ever, customers now have access to an unprecedented amount of real estate information through the internet. Secondly, internet-based lead generation solutions have shifted the competitive landscape between realtors, making it crucial for them to have multiple touchpoints with their prospective customers. Let's start by talking about the increased access to online information. As the internet gained traction in the 90s, real estate listings naturally transitioned to web-based platforms. As early as 1995, customers had online access to real estate listings through sites such as Realtor.com. By the early 2000s, prominent online players such as AOL, Yahoo, and MSN had their own variations of real estate listing services. This was the first indication that web-based real estate platforms were going to be an integral part of the real estate selling process. Fast forward to today, and real estate web platforms have taken over the internet. As a matter of fact, between 2009 and 2013, real estate-related online searches grew by over 250%. There's no question that the internet has shifted the role of a realtor away from an information provider, and thus, in order to stay relevant, realtors have to find new ways to add value in the real estate selling process. Given the aforementioned megatrend, realtors have adapted by finding innovative ways to capitalize on increased internet real estate searches. One practice that is ubiquitous across the real estate industry, both in the commercial and residential space, is requesting prospects' personal contact details in exchange for comprehensive property information. For instance, in the commercial space, when prospective clients are searching for properties on LoopNet.com, they have the option of contacting the listing broker for more details. Once this information is collected, it is sent directly to the commercial real estate firm. An almost identical process is utilized in the residential space through services like Point 2, Agent Locator, and Real Estate Webmaster. Getting the leads is important, but managing these relationships efficiently could be the difference between a prospect and a client. The most competitive agents today utilize the most effective CRM systems in order to aggressively track and convert their leads. Today's programs such as Salesforce, used in many commercial real estate firms, and Top Producer, used by many residential real estate agents, give realtors the software they need to manage their leads, increase productivity, and make insightful decisions.
Agents who are able to utilize these lead generation techniques and CRM programs effectively will realize a competitive advantage and consistently outperform their peers within the industry. It's no longer enough to just have marketing and relationship building efforts. Realtors must integrate technology into their entire sales model. Technology spurred by the increased prevalence of the internet has fundamentally transformed the framework of the old sales process. Today, the best practice is to make technology a foundational pillar of the marketing, relationship building, and lead generation aspects of the selling process. As demonstrated earlier, there are numerous online tools available for real estate professionals, from independent realtors to those working with large multinational brokerages. It is imperative that realtors identify the tools that best suit their sales strategy and channel. For instance, a CRM software such as Infusionsoft, which is for small businesses, would not be suitable for a realtor at a large company like Marcus & Millichap, but would be beneficial to an independent real estate agent. However, technology itself is not the whole solution. An effective salesperson recognizes that over the years, the role has fundamentally changed from a gatekeeper of information to that of a trusted advisor. As such, realtors must become skilled negotiators, neighborhood gurus, and experts in a variety of fields ranging from staging to financing. In order to learn more about how to respond to changing industry dynamics, there are key resources that can be accessed by realtors. Industry group trade associations like the National Association of Realtors and publications like Realtor Magazine, as well as news outlets like PropertyWire, are at the forefront of real estate trend information.
All in all, there are a few key takeaways, and understanding these will better equip realtors to adapt their sales strategies to an ever-evolving real estate landscape. In the future, realtors will have to be cognizant of the fact that real estate information is more easily available today. Moreover, technology-based solutions like CRM software and lead generators are becoming more prevalent amongst realtors, further intensifying the competition within the industry. If an agent wishes to succeed today, they must clearly define their sales strategy in terms of a specific sales channel and leverage the aforementioned technology to achieve their respective goals. Additionally, due to the shifting roles of agents, realtors must ensure that they are well versed in a variety of topics important to their clients. Any agent who can hone these techniques is sure to succeed not only today, but for years to come.
So, with all the changes happening in the real estate industry, it's important to dive deeper into a few key questions that might require some additional insight. That being said, I'd like to start by asking, what are some of the challenges with integrating technology as part of the selling process?
Great question. The main challenge is deciding which software provider to use in terms of lead generation and customer relationship management. Firstly, it's important to recognize that these programs are complex, and with that, the developers expect a high price for the product. Furthermore, vendors typically require realtors to sign on for a minimum of 3 months to 1 year, depending on the software. That being said, some vendors do offer trial periods that range from 30 to 90 days. However, the issues with that is that it takes a long time to integrate and realize the benefits from such programs. Now, given the wide variety of programs that offer these types of functionality, one can appreciate why choosing a program may be a difficult process. This understandably affects the ability to evaluate multiple products, and thus it's near impossible to accurately forecast an ROI.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. Now, with the progression of technology and increased dissemination of information regarding real estate, do you foresee a time when there's no longer a need for real estate agents?
That's a fantastic question, but the answer is plain and simple: no. Although the role of real estate agents will change, as it has changed over the last 2 decades, there will always be a great benefit for having a realtor in the process. At the end of the day, real estate purchases are usually the biggest purchases in the lives of any individual, and these investments will make up most of their eventual net worth. The reality is, these purchases are complicated. There are a lot of behavioral and emotional components of a real estate transaction that technology will not be able to handle anytime soon. Consequently, they will always be more inclined to make these decisions with a trusted advisor who has a whole package of skills which have been developed over years of deal-making experience. It's just human nature.
Of course. Well, it looks like times have changed. But as we all know, with new times come new opportunities.